Hello and welcome to United Man. My name is Shane. Today we're going to be covering all things Manchester United, including WAN BISSAKA, what's going on with that deal, Bruno Fernandes, the snail's pace deal. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay in contact with everything Manchester United, all the latest sagas going on with all the transfer dealings as well, guys, as we go along this arduous transfer summer window that it is at the moment. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's start off with all things WAN BISSAKA. For all intents and purposes, it looks like a deal has been reached for £55 million. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese. Okay, so the personal terms with WAN BISSAKA has been agreed. However, there's been a long running saga with the transfer fee, which was much to the United supporters' frustration of why wasn't this done way in advance. So anyway, now the £55 million has been agreed by Crystal Palace, which has been reported by multiple sources. However, how long till we actually sign him? How long till he's actually sitting down there with the pen in hand, contract in front of him, signing the paper? Hopefully it's as soon as next week. I can't see anything happening this week. Transfers just don't move that quickly with Manchester United, as you all know. So it's good news, however, that the deal is likely to be done within the next coming weeks. However, we're looming ever closer to Ole Solskjaer's deadline of July, so to get all these transfers in. Is it likely to happen with by the end of next week, say? Is it likely to happen this week? Probably not this week, as I said. But if we can get it done, wrapped up, sewn up by next week, fantastic. I think another thing that helped out this deal is that it was sort of slightly leaked that WAN BISSAKA actually wanted the deal to go through himself, which has obviously helped a massive deal. I know Palace didn't really want to sell him. I was seeing reports of fans saying, or almost warning him, saying, look, no, this smacks of the Wilfried Zaha deal, where he's left Palace too early, hasn't fully reached his potential in terms of before he's left. But my thing was to that, why would we wait till he's reached his potential to sign him and then he costs an extra 50 million? Doesn't make any sense. Let's sign him now whilst he's still a very good defender. But let's sign him whilst he is still developing, because likewise, if he's developing at Manchester United, he's going to be developed under Solskjaer's system and how he wants him to fit into our system, and that's only going to benefit how we go forward. On to Bruno Fernandes. So, as we know, Bruno Fernandes' deal is moving at a snail's pace. Now, I know Man United are obviously front runners for his services, but it is moving so slowly. So much so that Bruno Fernandes' agent, Miguel Pino, met with Sporting this week with the notion of speeding up the deal. At this present time, as I said, with the agent going to Sporting, it's because Sporting themselves want a resolution to the Bruno Fernandes deal, which really says a lot. Now, if the agent obviously wants the deal to go through, it's a win-win for him. And also the club want it to go through because, one, they know the player doesn't want to be there anymore. He wants to go into bigger things. Two, they're going to want to get the transfer fee in for him and his wages off the book so they can more than likely replace him. So that just leaves Manchester United. It's been widely documented that around 65 to 70 million euros or pounds, whichever the case may be, would actually get the transfer over the line. So that's been the case from since whilst the Portuguese season was still on. So with that not changing, why has the deal not been done yet? Why has it not been completed? Now, Manchester United haven't been scouting him throughout the whole last season, apparently. Obviously, they couldn't make their minds up, or just like normal, the people making the transfers happen. I couldn't even tell you. Their hands clearly aren't tied. Ed Woodward came out before all this started, the transfer window started, and saying he's going to back Solskjaer with Manchester United's mega funds. Why is it taking so long? 65 to 70 mil. Bruno Fernandes wants to move. The agent wants to move. Sporting wants it to be hurried up, is what's been reported in Sporting Witness today. It can only leave Manchester United. Why? What's the issue? I don't understand it myself. I really don't. Hopefully we can get it over the line ASAP, because this is getting ridiculous now. If all parties want the move, get the move done. Get the deal done. Or move on. Say, no, we're no longer interested, Bruno. But obviously they are. Just get the deal done. So I cannot see what the issue is. But this just smacks of, there's a lack of quality in terms of understanding transfer dealings and getting them over the line. Now, there is an obvious need for a sporting director / technical director, just to get these deals over the line. Even if it's not the sporting director identifying these players, they're the ones going and getting the deals done and signed, traveling off to wherever, meeting with the agents, agreeing a fee, agreeing personal terms. Because if it's left to, Ed Woodward and his people, it's just, well, you can see it's taking so long. Even with the Daniel James deal, obviously it got delayed slightly because of his dad passing away, but could have got the deal done just like that. But instead of waiting and waiting and waiting, why? If we've got the money and we're willing to splash the cash, go on. Now, we're even looking at selling Pogba this summer, as we all know. So we know there's going to be at least 120 million coming in from Pogba sale. So what are we waiting for? What's the big issue? Get the deals over the line. So frustrating at this point that we just aren't finishing these deals off. And then obviously the longer that leaves, the longer it's left, the more opportunity there is for other clubs to come in and steal a march. Because as I said, Sporting are wanting the deal done. So obviously they're just going to get fed up with Manchester United's procrastination, and likewise with Bruno Fernandes and his agent. They're just going to say, you know what, they're taking too bloody long, we're going elsewhere. That's all that's going to happen. So we just need to move on, carry it on, and get the deal done. Further to Miguel Pino going to see Sporting, it's been leaked that he's actually come to England this week to try and get a deal done, because he's previously met with Sporting. They want a deal done. Now he's actually come to England just to try and get the deal finished. The word that the Portuguese press are apparently using is an accelerated deal for Bruno Fernandes, because it's taking so long. So with Bruno Fernandes' agent coming to England to try and secure the deal to just get it over the line, let's just get it done, man. It's just no point wasting any more time. Let's get the deal finished and done. Now, it's been reported that Manchester United are after another player. I know. They're after West Ham central defender, 22-year-old Issa Diop. Now, the reported fee that he'd be available for would be around £45 million, or that's what Manchester United are actually looking to offer. It's been also reported that Issa Diop is happy in London and with West Ham. He's only been there a season after all, but one thing that kind of brings credence to the actual story is the fact that it's been reported today that West Ham are apparently meeting with Issa Diop's representatives to sit down and discuss a new deal. Now, you wouldn't do that a season in if there wasn't some other club sniffing around your player. You'd have no need to. The player's really happy there. You'd have no need to extend or bolster their deal that they've already got a year into their contract. On to Adrien Rabiot. Now, this is one of the ones I really wanted to get done. I feel because there is no transfer fee, we can offer him a big signing on bonus, and yeah, obviously we can give him a good wage. Again, I don't know what, I know we've offered him a contract, but so has Juventus. And apparently he's still enamored with PSG, and if there is a possibility of him staying there, he'd like to do that. His mum is his agent, and apparently that meeting is happening with PSG sporting director Leonardo this week to see if there's anything that can be done. We've offered Adrien Rabiot £8 million a year, plus a £10 million /euro signing on fee. Now that's big money. Like I said though, however, he is a free transfer, so we can afford to be paying out a huge sign on fee on this occasion. However, it is believed, unfortunately, that Juventus are front runners and also maybe have already agreed a deal with Rabiot. Now, he's come out and already said that he loves Italy, he loves it there, and he can recuperate there and things like that. So that doesn't sound great for us, guys. It really doesn't sound great for us. Now, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this one because it just sounds like it's going away from us. I don't ever know if we actually were front runners, but I would have desperately liked to have Rabiot in our squad, in our starting 11, because he would have been a starter. He would have been an upgrade on Herrera, I believe. Now, there's another one. We get linked to at least 2 different players, I suppose, every week, if not more. Latest in the instalment of players linked to Manchester United is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What a name. What a guy. Yeah, I think it's a load of rubbish. I'm pretty certain, just from how much love Solskjaer has for Rashford, or as Solskjaer calls him, Rashi, I don't think that Solskjaer is going to be looking into signing Aubameyang. Arsenal aren't going to let him go. It's a big fat lie, I think. As I said before, guys, anyone can come out and just say anything and make a statement about anything. And yeah, that doesn't make it be the case. As I said before, I'm going to say list the player that we're linked with now. Manchester United are reportedly linked with Kylian Mbappe for a reported 180 million. Wow. That's how easy it is. But no, I can't see anything behind that one. But just bring it into intention. Also, we've signed up Juan Mata this week. Now, I know there's been a lot of uproar in the fact that we've signed Juan Mata. There's a lot of worry in regards to now he's going to be taken away from the opportunities of Angel Gomez. While we're doing these deals, we're supposed to be signing up youth. I get all that, guys. I do understand all that, but I've got a bit of a different perspective on it. Now, everyone wants out Ashley Young. Everyone wants Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Matic. Everyone wants these guys out. If we get rid of every single one of our experienced players, who's going to nurture the young players? Like I said, our young players haven't come from a winning system, a winning mentality like the class of 92 did. We don't have that system in place with them. So we can't really expect the youngsters to come in and all of a sudden be winners, or even in 2-3 seasons. We have to have experienced players to guide them through it, who have won things as well, like Matt has with Manchester United. So I don't think it's a really bad thing that he is signed up. What I do find a bit strange is that they've signed him to a 3-year deal as opposed to a 1-year deal. As I've mentioned to a couple of people before, I don't think it will be Juan Mata that will be stopping the likes of Angel Gomez getting opportunities. I think that will just be purely based on Solskjaer not picking Gomez, because it's come out before that he doesn't fancy Gomez purely because of his stature, him being a slight player, which I don't agree with at all. Look at David Silva, Bernardo Silva at City as well. There's a load of slight players in the league now, so the whole thing of being too small a stature, and Oli himself wasn't a big guy. I'd like to think that Solskjaer's resolved that now, but as I said, if Angel Gomez doesn't get an opportunity this season, I just see it being purely down to the fact that Solskjaer just doesn't fancy him. Max Aarons, now that's Norwich City's 19-year-old right back. Manchester United have been linked with this kid as well. I've only seen a tiny bit of him last season, won't profess to know a great deal about him. Seen a couple of clips of him, looks decent, works hard, good work rate, good energy. I suppose it's to fit our current ethos of signing young English or young British talent. I don't necessarily subscribe to the young British talent part. Young talent, yeah, brilliant. Go out and sign the best youngsters in the world between, say, 19 and 23, 24. But no, not just young British youngsters, because it's been proven over however long that our youngsters aren't necessarily the best. We've got quite a few good ones coming through, don't get me wrong, but as a whole, if we go out and just sign young English players, it's probably not going to bode well for us. Just to touch on our outs now, obviously we know about Pogba, obviously looking to move either back to Juventus to join up with Real Madrid. Now, I can more see it being Juventus reunion. Oh, and by the way, that's going to be for around a good 120, 135 mil. I can see that being. unless they can swap us a big name player. Like's been listed. I think it's Douglas Costa, that the name that's been bandied about in the swap deal with Pogba. Lukaku as well. Now, I know obviously Inter are dead set on acquiring his services. Now, I know they're not wanting to just pay out the strict amount, whether it's 85 mil, 75 mil, whatever the case may be. I know they're looking to put a swap deal in. I know it was Icardi, Perisic, but Man United to say no. If it's anyone, it'd be Milan Skriniar. But apparently Skriniar doesn't want to leave and Inter don't want to let him go. So I don't know if they're just hit a wall at the moment. I know Inter have agreed personal terms with Lukaku, taking a pay cut. But yeah, I'm not too sure where that one's going to go at the moment. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay on point with everything Manchester United, all the news, all the drama, guys. Don't forget to share and like. Take care. See you soon.